Yeah, I do think that Donald Trump is that beast of Revelation 13:3. Yeah, go read it. Go read it.
That is Ultimate Fighting Championship star Bryce Mitchell calling Donald Trump the Antichrist.
If you're a Christian, I want you to get into Revelation 13:3, and I want you to read that verse. Yeah, about the Antichrist, about the one who was fatally wounded in the head. Then he was miraculously healed, and the whole world marveled at him and said, no man can make war with him.
13:3 says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
Yeah, I do think that Donald Trump is that beast of Revelation 13:3. Yeah, go read it. Go read it. There ain't another man that's ever walked the planet that fits Revelation 13:3.
Hello, everybody. David Schuster here. Calling Donald Trump the Antichrist, the beast, marks a major turnaround for Bryce Mitchell. Last year, in one of Trump's favorite sports, Mitchell was one of Donald Trump's most outspoken supporters.
He took a bullet for us, and I promise you, if the day comes, I will take a bullet for that man. I love that man with all my heart, and I would die fighting for a battle for that man.
But Mitchell, who is a featherweight fighter and a Christian conservative from Arkansas, just posted this on Instagram.
Hey, I want to let y'all know I'm not with Donald Trump no more. I don't support him. I don't like him. I think he's a corrupted leader. And, yeah, it took me a while to come to that conclusion, but I finally am coming to it. I do not like the guy at all. The first thing for me was he didn't release the Epstein files. They're even acting like they didn't exist. And then, of course, they're sending Israel and Ukraine all of our tax dollars.
For the record, the United States is not sending Ukraine and Israel all of our tax dollars. But you get the point with Mitchell. Mitchell is a college graduate and feels that Donald Trump is betraying America first.
Putting America last. And now he's blaming the beef farmers for the price of beef. Hey, I'm not biased, man. He talked a good game. He tricked me. I was fooled. I admit it.
Now, regarding Christian conservative prophecy, Mitchell is clearly a believer. And in his view, the book of Revelations, as applied to Donald Trump, in a few years, all of humanity may be doomed.
There ain't another man that's ever walked the planet that fits Revelation 13:3. Then read the rest of the chapter, and it'll tell you the mark of the beast is coming in 42 months. Now, I'm not saying that I know that Donald Trump is this man of Revelation 13:3. I'm just saying he's the only one who could be right now. Go read Revelation 13. He's the only man that fits that description. Yeah, and I'm totally done with the dude. He's done to me. He's done. He's a goner. He's compromised. He's right up there with the rest of the pedophiles, man. And it sucks to say that because I supported him for a long time, but he's a good actor. And he had me fooled for a long, long time. God bless y'all and thank you.
Donald Trump is right up there with the rest of the pedophiles. It is tempting to dismiss Bryce Mitchell. Through the years, he has made statements bashing medical vaccines, praising Adolf Hitler, and denying the Holocaust. Still, with his Southern accent, evangelical Christianity, and starring role in the UFC, Mitchell is followed by a lot of younger conservative men, the group that has been called the Manosphere. Mitchell is not as famous and influential in the Manosphere as, say, podcaster Joe Rogan, but Mitchell is still a well-known star whose voice and views resonate with younger men on the far right who support Trump. And with Mitchell abandoning Trump and calling Trump the Antichrist, it is like that proverbial canary in the coal mine. And in fact, even before Mitchell went public bashing Trump, polls indicated that Trump's support among younger men and women was dropping fast.
What has changed since February, which was the last full month in which he was above ground? Well, take a look here. Trump's net approval rating among age 18 to 29. We're looking at the CBS News poll, but it holds true in the average as well. He was +2 back in late February. Look at where he is now. My God, that is a 32-point drop since the beginning of this year. How about Hispanics? He was at -6, a little bit underwater, but not too bad. But look at where he is now, -34 points. What is that? That's a 28-point drop since February. These, of course, were two groups that he exceeded expectations with back in the 2024 election, did much better than the traditional Republican has this century. But now these groups have absolutely moved away from him, and he is way underwater, 30 points and 34 points underwater. Those two groups have moved away from him in tremendous fashion, and it goes a long way in explaining why his overall approval rating, his net approval rating, has fallen through the floor and been negative for such a long period of time, Jessica.
And what issues does he do well with?
Okay, so there are a few things that I think that are so important to figure out here. Okay, so we're talking about groups, right? Is there any place where Donald Trump does well with? Well, let's talk about issues first. Okay, Trump's net approval rating. I got crime, immigration, foreign policy, the economy, trade. There's a whole slew of red, and this isn't Republican red. This is negative red, Jessica Dean. -2 points, -3 points, -12 points, -14 points, -17 points. On all the key issues of the day, he is underwater, Jessica. No wonder you can't survive in a presidency having a positive net approval rating when you're underwater on all of these different issues. And, of course, crime and immigration were two of his best issues, and now he's underwater on all of them. And then, of course, the economy, which was the reason he was reelected in the first place. This is the one I really circle here. He's 14 points underwater, which basically looks pretty much like those CBS News and NBC News polls, which have him at -12 and -14 points.
So, on every major issue, Donald Trump is underwater, and the bottom has fallen out of Trump's base. In political terms, it's what UFC fighters would call a chokehold or joint lock. Trump is stuck, and he's losing badly. And our nation will soon be heading into an election year with the midterms. Anxieties are rising among congressional Republicans. A year ago, many of them described Trump in godly terms. But now, the Trumpian mythology has been busted. And instead of Trump being hailed as a savior, a top Trump supporter is now calling him the Antichrist and a pedophile. Bryce Mitchell may not be your cup of tea, or mine, and the Ultimate Fighting Championships may not be our thing, but Mitchell's condemnation of Donald Trump is still a big deal. By the way, Donald Trump's ICE agents in California have now been hit with a $50 million lawsuit after throwing a 79-year-old man to the pavement. In the red, that is Van Nuys, California car wash owner Rafi Shuhed. ICE just threw him to the ground, breaking several ribs and injuring his arm, shoulder, and head.
I was begging him. I have a heart condition. 3 big people were sitting on my back, the way they tore me down, sitting on me, and I asked them to let me go, which they absolutely would not pay no attention, and they took me to detention center.
Shuhed was detained at a federal detention center for nearly 12 hours before being released. At no point did ICE agents allow him to receive medical attention or treatment. Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Lobo, who wrote, "Disgusting. I hope the individual ICE agents get sued in civil court as well." Indeed. I look forward to reading your comments about UFC star Bryce Mitchell flipping on Donald Trump and calling Trump the Antichrist. I'm David Schuster. Thanks for joining us.